Bears fans, YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Bears Fan Talk. I am your host, Johnny CMD, here as always with the main event, Kevin Haggerty, and we are in full swing of what this podcast has been for the last 3 years. It feels like we're giving State of the Unions week by week, and the Union is not doing well. The Union is in disarray, and by that I mean the Bears blow an 11-point fourth quarter lead. I believe they had it into the fourth quarter to ultimately fall behind by 10 and lose by 3 to the visiting Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, that was the first half was probably the best first half I've ever had in all of football.
I disagree with that.
I disagree
with that.
I literally I don't know if I texted our group chat. I was like, this is fun. Mm-hmm. Like, it was fun watching Caleb Williams. Like, that first drive, how jazzed up were you?
I was pretty jazzed up. I was like, well, here's what I'll say. Well, okay. So to just kind of bring the quick little story time. So my wife and I were supposed to go to the game on Monday night. Did you realize that? Yes.
I'm just playing along for the story.
Well, I wasn't sure if you knew we were actually supposed to go.
I do.
So at about 11 p.m. the night before on Sunday, I get woken up by my wife who was having labor contractions. She was about 38 and change pregnant.
Sure.
We ended up going to L&D. Long story short, our
L&D,
daughter,
everyone
labor and delivery.
Yeah.
Anyone who's had kids knows what L&D is. We went to labor and delivery. Long story short, about 14 hours later, our daughter was born. Yes. She's great. She's healthy. Wife's doing well as well.
Really cute kid. Has a ton of hair.
Anyway, so we ended up watching the Bears game downtown. I heard the flyover, and apparently Tara saw them out the window before they did the anthem at the field. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I heard it, and I'm like, that's got to be going to the field. And then
sure enough,
2 seconds later, Jim Corneliuson is doing his thing. But anyway, so.
What a great! I just don't understand.
Don't understand what?
Like how they lost this game.
So we're gonna unpack that bit by bit. First and foremost, I've got to put some accountability out there. I was wrong in just about everything that I said last week. I said the Bears. We both said the Bears were going to win this game.
Whoa!
Oh, super professional, Kevin.
Sorry.
So we both thought the Bears were going to win this game.
Yes.
Our scores were pretty close. I think we both said 24-17. The Bears did score 24 points.
Yep.
I thought you picked the Packers. I picked the Lions.
Oh, yeah.
By 2 scores.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Yep.
I went 0-3 in fantasy. I'm in the hole. I'm not even going to say how much money for my 3 combined fantasy leagues. Starting 0-3.
Yep. Absolutely
atrocious. Down bad.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah. So.
I'm 1-1, or I'm 2-1 in fantasy leagues. I was in Utah this weekend for a golf trip, and the best thing about being in Utah is the state's crazy. By the way, you literally cannot stand and have an alcoholic beverage in your hand.
You need to be sitting.
You have to be sitting.
Interesting. How do they enforce that?
It has to be at a restaurant.
Okay.
So you can't be standing. So we tried to play ping pong, and they told Nico to sit down because he can't have an alcoholic beverage.
What if you're walking from the bar to your table?
Unallowed.
Straight to jail.
But if they don't allow that, I guarantee you they do not allow gambling, sports gambling. So I did not gamble on week 1 except for the Sunday night game.
Probably
so it was good.
Probably
for the best. And I actually took the Bills in that game. I thought it was dead money. Great game. By week 1 of the NFL, they hit it pretty hard. Honestly, I thought they did a great. I thought that Sunday night game was insane. Josh Allen is him.
That Thursday opener that was started with Jalen Carter getting suspended before a play's even played. Crazy.
Dude. Xavier Worthy going out too.
Yeah.
Just so much going on, and in Brazil, and then the Friday game. I missed the Friday game, but just overall,
the Friday game was the Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs lost to the Chargers.
Couldn't believe that, by the way.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs just don't have a lot top to bottom on their roster. They're getting older.
I think they're going to be okay, but
I think they're going to be okay.
Anyways, and then I'm down with the Bears. I took the Bears, and that was just I thought it was a good bet.
So let's just kind of walk through what happened in this game, and I'm just going to kind of tell you where my mind frame was at. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that first drive. Mm-hmm. It was fun. It was great. Caleb had that absolute dot to Roman Dunze rolling out on the sideline. He ended up scrambling for that touchdown. It looked clean. He started 10 for 10.
Well, his scrambling ability though in that game was, maybe not what I exactly wanted to see, because I want to see him more play within himself.
Yeah.
But he looked like he was having fun out there.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he was playing within the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is why he was the number 1 overall pick.
Well, no,
after that drive, I was like, that's why, this is it. That's
here's
the
what I'm
flash.
going to say. Do you remember what I said in the group chat after that first drive?
What did you say?
At the first touchdown? I said he's not hitting his reads. And it's the truth. Like
he's running.
The biggest plays that he had while it was still looking pretty good were mostly scramble drills.
Yeah.
And he was missing some of the open stuff. So as excited as I was when we took that lead, he missed some stuff. The stuff that looked good were scramble drills. They weren't designed plays in the offense, which is the number one thing that I said we needed to see. And in the first drive, it looked good because they still made it work.
His mechanics, like I also liked his mechanics. Like I see. Do you know how like Russ Wilson used to do the thing where he'd like bail out and turn his back to the like he's like notorious for it. He like turns his back and then he like runs around. But like like when he was scrambling, his all the times his shoulder pads were square to the line of scrimmage. Like he just looked. It just looked, and he's so fast. Like
he's
not Michael Vick fast, but like I'm like
he got away from people who were chasing on the offensive line,
and he does the little like hurdle step thing. And I'm just like, this is why you're a number 1 overall pick, and the arm strength and all this and awareness. And I was like, it's a Ben Johnson effect. We just needed Ben Johnson. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like.
So they scored their first 3 on a long pass interference call. That was the right call. So they got 3 points that way. But for the first half, I believe it ended 10-6. JJ McCarthy did not look good. JJ McCarthy looked exactly the way I expected him to look.
Did you see my meme I was sending?
No, what did you send?
I sent a picture of a deer in headlights.
Yeah, no, 100%. I sent in one of my other group chats the stadium pulse right after he threw that interception. Then he had a bad drive after that. So JJ McCarthy did not look good.
No. First half,
couple of sacks.
3, he didn't look good.
Yeah, I think it started to look a little bit better in like the end of the third quarter.
Do you know they didn't convert a third down?
They did not.
Yeah. Until through the first 3 quarters, they did not convert 1 third down.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
And like I'm like I just don't understand how this game got away from us.
Yeah. So I was kind of sitting on uneasy. And they were driving. I was kind of sitting on uneasy emotions. And then they threw the pick 6. Nishan Wright, apparently a former Viking. It's not a name that had really come across my radar before. Pick 6, huge. We're all super pumped up. One of my other group chats has got a Viking fans in it. Unfortunately, I ended up like doing something I never do, is start gloating before the game is over. That's when I sent the stadium pulse thing.
I know.
And then I think it was right after that. I think we got to stop. He didn't look good, JJ, after that pick 6. The Bears are driving, and I think it was right before the missed Cairo Santos field goal. So we had a holding call. That was a phantom holding call. Caleb got called for a bad intentional grounding, where I think he was just trying to do too much.
Yep.
And I remember my wife says this to me right before they're about to kick the field goal, and I'm just like kind of muttering to myself, like, we need to hit this. We need to go up 14. And she says to me, why aren't you enjoying this? Why do you feel like you're not enjoying this? And I thought she was just trying to make a comment on, like, I've just been stressed out the entire game. Like, do I even enjoy it? But what she confessed to afterwards, she's like, I thought this game was won. And I'm like, why aren't you happy that they clearly are going to win this game? In my mind, it was just never solid ground.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there was ever a point where I really, really, truly felt like we were dominating. I felt like we were the better team through 3 quarters, but we were not dominating.
I felt like
and we made mistakes enough to put them in it. So I think it was like 11 or 12 or maybe, I don't know. It was like 100, it was 120 yards worth of penalties.
The penalties were ugly.
Yes.
I was getting a little frustrated with the penalties.
Yeah. So Cairo Santos misses that field goal. JJ McCarthy marches 3 scores in the fourth quarter.
I know.
The rest is history.
Good for him.
Cairo Santos can't kick it out the back effectively.
So many things to do with that. Like, I remember when the first questions he got asked when Ben Johnson got.
It's like where you said, what was the discussion there?
With the timeout when he first got hired, would he have used the timeout in the Detroit game, which was ultimately got Eberflus fired, and he's like, I would have took it a timeout, like blah blah blah. But it's just like there were so many things that could have been done differently as far as like managing the game that was like super upsetting. I'm like, for one, kicking out of the end zone, like. What is going? Like, do you think Santos just couldn't get it there?
Yeah, that's been confirmed. It was in the post game presser. The intention was to kick it out the back.
He can't kick it out.
Ben Johnson said the plan was to kick him out the back. Couldn't do it.
If you couldn't kick it out of bounds.
Exactly. I mean, I only learned when I was actually listening to Big Cat on ESPN.
Kick it out of bounds.
So yeah, apparently it's only a 5-yard difference of just kicking it out of bounds versus kicking it out.
Well, it goes to 35 now.
Yeah. So I mean,
wait, if he knew he couldn't kick it out the back.
So I think the conversation that I heard people saying is that
oh my God,
he said that he could kick it out the back. So Ben Johnson's like, okay, do it. As they were lining up, I was really.
This a job?
I mean, there's going to be some questions there. I mean, Cairo Santos had a decent year last year. He actually was pretty good.
He barely made his one field goal too.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was. So we're going to start. Here's what I'm going to say. I unfortunately, this is kind of what we have been preaching on this podcast for the last couple of weeks, is that this is not going to be a click situation and all of a sudden we're a Super Bowl contender. In my heart of hearts, deep down, I was just holding on to hope that maybe I was going to be wrong about that. My logical brain saying that this isn't just going to click right now. But maybe my heart of hearts, I was just saying like, well, maybe we'll win the lottery. Maybe things actually will. But this is the way that it was probably going to look. And there are some good things that we can build off from this. Everyone pointing fingers at Caleb. I kind of want to talk about Caleb last. So we'll start with special teams. So Torrey Taylor got a punt blocked.
Yeah. That
was in a very non-critical situation. I think we still had the lead or a very non-opportune situation. I think we still had the lead. He wasn't good on the day to begin with. Cairo Santos missed a 50-yard field goal. And the not being able to kick it out the back essentially put them in a position where they had 40 less seconds.
Less than that.
Yeah. No, I mean,
40 less seconds.
They had 40 fewer seconds, essentially, because of the clock stoppage. So if the Bears get the ball back with 56 seconds, it's an entirely different ball game when all you need is a field goal. So that was a huge component of it. So in terms of like grading, special teams has got to get an F.
Yeah.
Secondly, all of a sudden, J.J. McCarthy. So I'll pass it off to you. What were your thoughts on J.J. McCarthy?
Well, the whole deer and headlight thing was through the first 3 quarters, but he got in a vibe. And like the thing about J.J. McCarthy that you can't forget is Chicago boy, by the way, LaGrange Park, Nazareth, then went to IMG, and then he went to Michigan, and he won a national championship in Michigan. And there's something to be said for people who play football. And like he's a gamer, and like.
What do you mean for people who play football?
Well, he's a football player. Like, what I mean is that
everyone that we watched on Monday night was a football player.
Yeah, but like some guys are just mad. Like Jamarcus Russell, was he a football player or was he just a freak athlete?
I think he was a football player. He got drafted to play football.
Yeah,
I understand the point you're trying to make.
He was like JJ McCarthy is a baller, and he's a gamer, and he's a football player, and that showed through. And like, objectively, as a fan of the game, like good for JJ McCarthy for him coming back in that game. And what a way to arrive and say you're in the NFL, and after 3 crap quarters, coming back in the 4th quarter and throwing some dots out there and like figuring out, hey, I can throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the league. But you also have to take it for a grain of salt. Like as far as the secondary, I mean, we didn't have Kyler Gordon, we didn't have Johnson. Like, I mean, TJ Edwards didn't play either. Like missing 3 of our key pieces on defense. And I didn't know Jalen Johnson wasn't playing. I thought, like, I knew he was limited, but I was like, wait, what are all these inactives?
Yeah, man, we're missing Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, and Jalen Johnson.
Those are 3 key pieces on defense. Yeah. Like literally,
not just starters, probably 3 of the 5 best on our defense.
I mean, yeah, those are like the key players. Like Brisker was out there, sure, and obviously and Owens had a great game.
And still, we looked good. We had a pick 6. We had a couple of sacks. So like you said, we didn't give away. He
settled in. JJ McCarthy eventually settled in.
Yeah.
So before that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the run game kind of picked up. We lost the momentum. But
did Sweat get a sack?
I don't believe Sweat got a sack.
He got a couple pressures in there.
Maybe he did have a sack. Sweat did make at least one big play down the line. But that's something positive to take home is our offense. Our defense did look good despite missing key players.
I agree. That's something I did. He had a pass deflection, which would if he didn't pass deflect, it would have been a touchdown in the corner.
That is what it was.
Yeah, it was a good play by him. Yeah. But like other than that, if you have to have me rank the defense, given all the givens, I'd probably give him a B, honestly.
I'll give him a B minus, just because a lot it was consecutive score after consecutive score.
The 4th quarter they fell.
We needed one big play at any point, Granted, one of those, before that first touchdown, was a bad pass interference call. Those are always kind of ticky-tack. It is what it is. And it was Tyreek Stevenson, unfortunately. I think ultimately, he did have a pretty decent day. Justin Jefferson did not do a ton other than that touchdown.
It's enough.
Yeah.
That is enough.
And that kind of brings us to our offense. How do you feel about the offense overall? All
right. So, like we talked about drive one, there's a few 3-and-outs thereafter. I like the call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah. I mean, we were driving. I think Caleb was 10 for 10 at that point.
Yeah.
And it rang true to what they did in Detroit.
Agreed.
And I think it made sense.
Yeah.
Go for it. You're up 7.
Yeah.
Keep your foot on the gas.
I like that call. And Caleb was hot. I like the way Swift ran the ball. Dude ran angry. No, you don't think he ran angry? There weren't a lot of running lanes for him, but okay, I saw his box score.
So PFF rating. You want to know who
17 for 53, so he averaged 3.1 yards.
Yeah, that's terrible. And his PFF rating was 55, is the 5th worst on the offense.
I'm just saying I liked the way he ran the ball. He was running hard. There were a few plays.
But we couldn't establish anything. There were no splash plays on the ground. It didn't open things up for Caleb.
Fine. But
the running game wasn't there.
I liked Swift. I liked it.
I don't know how you can have that take. Like Swift.
If you don't think he ran the ball hard.
3.1. It doesn't matter if he ran the ball hard. I think he's just diving into people. Like he's not patient. He's not hitting holes. 20 carries, 3.1 yards a carry is not going to do it. It's not going to do it.
I like Swift. I know you do. I liked Swift last year, and remember when I said I was ready to give up on him, and then he exploded for like 150 yards.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm just saying, he has potential to go off.
Swift has it in him, and I even tweeted during the game. I think it was
he's got a dog in him.
I can't remember what drive it is, but there was one drive where he was starting to take over. I think it was right before the missed 50-yard field goal. Is Swift had a couple of really nice runs and a couple of really nice plays on that drive, and I said every single game DeAndre Swift will have 1 or 2 drives where he looks really, really good.
Remember that one play when he just pounded into that dude? You're like, oh my gosh!
I mean, yeah, he ran into people, but running into people is not the goal of the running back. It's to get by them. You know? I mean, I think you like the fact that it looks like he's running into
he's running hard.
He's running into a concrete wall, and he's getting 3.1 yards.
Well, I'm just saying he's got the dog in him, and I did confirm he did go to UGA, like I said, so it all works well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I like Swift. Here's what I'm gonna say about Caleb. Caleb starting 10 for 10, phenomenal. The scrambling I really liked. He missed some critical throws, John. Some critical throws. What was the one play when he had the corner route? Is this it?
It'll be on here. So it's just a bunch of his lowlights.
Oh, yeah. That was the one. Oh, my gosh.
But you know what? They ended up I think they scored on that drive, for what it's worth.
That's a touchdown.
Yeah, he just missed.
That's scary.
He missed things. Absolutely. Yeah. It's unavoidable. It's not arguable.
Did Tara say anything about his outfit?
I don't want to talk about this, but no, she didn't. Did Bosch just say something to you about it?
No, but I just don't understand why he's not wearing a team-colored sleeve. He's wearing a black sleeve. He looks like a JV. He's in a JV uniform. Can't even tuck in his shirt. Just it's another wardrobe thing. I feel like it's like a slight to people, is what it is. Painted his nails. Come on, man. Just get it done. Okay, just get the job done.
We spent a lot of time looking at pass charts last year, and I think with the last year of Justin Fields, and this looks pretty good.
No, it looks great.
But this CPOE, so that's completion percentage over
expectation.
So it's minus 13.2. So he missed the stuff that he was supposed to.
No, dude, he did.
Yeah.
It felt like that corner route right there, that was tough.
Yeah. But that's a deep ball. But yeah,
I do like that stat right there though.
You know what? We talked about it last year. It's I think he's playing it too safe.
Safe.
I think he's got to get out there. I think he's got to start trying to make these plays deep. I think he was taking a lot of checkdowns in the middle. But anyway, I think that even in our group chat, there were a couple. Someone said just put Bajan in. I'd feel more comfortable if it was Bajan, which is
probably Joe.
I think it was Mark, but it's ridiculous. But anyway, I just want to cut to our clip of the week a little bit late. Actually, a little bit refreshing, and it was kind of the pep talk I needed in this situation.
I hadn't seen it yet,
and it came from Stephen A. Smith, who is a guy who I was soured on because he hated Jay Cutler, but he was a little bit based here, and I just kind of liked it. So I thought it might make Bears fans feel a bit better.
Caleb Williams has played all 17 games last year, and he played game 1. That's 18 games. And in 18 games, this was his third head coach and his fourth offensive coordinator. Think about that. His third head coach, his fourth offensive coordinator, and oh, by the way, this dude, Declan, he's your new offensive coordinator. He's a rookie offensive coordinator coming over from Denver as a tight ends coach. So you got a rookie head coach, you got a rookie offensive coordinator. It's your first NFL game with this coach in this system. You go out, and like you said, you got scripted plays. You complete the first 10 passes, 6 for 6 on the opening drive. You score a touchdown. You're going up against Brian Flores. Have we forgotten that, Swagoo? One of the elite defensive minds in the game. He blitzed you once on the first drive or whatever. The rest of the game, he blitzed you 14 different damn times. He's coming out that the offensive line is revamped. Okay, what did they say about them? They struggled. They allowed 23 pressures. 23 pressures. Think about that. So look at that. Look at what I just said. 18th game in the NFL. Third head coach. Fourth offensive coordinator. Going up against an elite defense, elite defensive coordinator, rather than Brian Flores. Got a rookie offensive coordinator, by the way. Come on now. You got to give the guy a break. That's a lot. That's a lot for a cat in his second season in the NFL. His first game one. Come on now.
That was about a minute and 46 seconds much of Stephen A. Smith. I hate the way he talks. Do you think he does his own wardrobe? You think he ties his tie? Like, did he pick that blue on blue on blue outfit?
I could not tell you what color Stephen A. Smith's tie was.
And it was
why
blue.
Why are we talking about it?
Because another thing, how do you think he gets so angry? Like, do you think that's how he just talks?
I think it probably just is. I think that's who he is.
You think like when he's having like a conversation with his kids, that's how he talks too?
I do.
Like yells at them like that?
I think so. And they're like, oh, Dad.
Here's the thing I wanted to say.
I love you too.
Yeah. Stephen A. is not my favorite personality.
What do you have to say about the content of what he just said? I'll frame the question this way. What are your feelings about Caleb Williams this week? In our weekly segment of Is Caleb Williams the guy? What are your feelings this week?
Is he the guy? Yeah, I saw a lot I liked from like the completing the first 10 passes, the rushing. You just gotta bring it together is what needs to happen. Mm-hmm. There was the argument like, would you rather have Caleb be mid this year or just completely suck? Have you heard this argument?
Yes, I understand the thinking, but I would rather him be mid, honestly.
But like, at least he sucks. You can at least move on, right? Like,
I'm just not ready because if he's mid, then they have something to build off of. Yeah,
but then you're still kind of in the middle of nowhere, sort of.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, he could have bringing it back to the fact that this season is set up for everything to just kind of be average and clunky and and hit or miss.
Yeah, it's good.
We need to understand that.
It's good.
And no, don't say because what you just said is that you almost wish that he would have an awful season as opposed to a mid one.
No.
Because if he has a mid one, what did you just say? Because if he has a mid one, then we're stuck with him. But if he has a bad one, at least we can move on.
John, you're watching too much Stephen A. Smith because you're getting way too confrontational
now.
now. You're yelling and raising your voice at me.
This is exactly the type of mind frame that we need to get away from as Bears fans. We need to start valuing growth and continuity. And what I saw in this game overall is Caleb Williams can do this. I truly believe it. I wish things were better. If he had just made one or two more plays, then this game looks different.
Dude, you could say it about any NFL team.
Yeah, but you know what happens? You know what?
You could say it about last
Lamar
season.
Jackson lost a football game this week too.
Yeah, but they put up 40 points.
Whatever.
You're comparing
one or 2 points.
You're comparing Lamar Jackson to Caleb Williams.
I'm just saying
a multi-time MVP.
So why couldn't he have made one or two more plays?
Why don't we
because
just compare him
sometimes
to Josh Allen?
Yeah, exactly. Josh Allen loses games too. Josh Allen loses games like this. I don't know. I'm still I'm found in the last 48 hours of thinking about it reasons to be encouraged.
Are you on? How much sleep have you been getting? By the way,
not much.
Okay,
yeah, not much.
Good thing we got that baseline. Well, how are you gonna grade the offense?
So what did I give the defense?
B minus.
B minus. I'll give the offense a C plus.
I was gonna go C.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I didn't. I didn't like a lot of what I saw. So the penalties were ugly too. Like
the pre-snap stuff, which somebody falls on Caleb for sure.
I mean, but dude, just clean that stuff up. Bad team. Like I've said this before. Good teams win at all three areas of the ball, right? Yeah. Offense, defense, and special teams. Yeah. They lost the special teams without question. And that's the difference in the game right there is special teams.
Well, what happened is the JJ McCarthy turned it on. The Vikings started to click in all three phases of the game. If any one of them had stepped up, if any one player on any one of those teams had just like made one big play to separate this game or stop that run, then we'd be looking at a W here, which we probably should be.
I know.
But unfortunately, it just didn't happen. We didn't have that playmaker who stepped up towards the end to like really, put the dagger in.
Yeah.
And now that's where we're sitting at. And, honestly, I was listening to there was I'll shout him out. Let's Skull is a Vikings live stream. They invited us to chat with them on Thursday. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it, but I ended up like listening to it a little bit. Very even-handed guys, but think the world of JJ McCarthy, and all of them expect that if they don't win a playoff game, or some of them are saying the Super Bowl, the season is lost.
That's absurd.
It is absurd, but you know what? They're probably this is gonna come out on Thursday. They'll probably be streaming the tomorrow night, and they are gonna feel so vindicated in what they saw.
Yeah, they will.
A guy that looks like you said, a gamer who just has that winning blood.
Yeah.
I know. I'm not sold, but gotta give him his flowers on this one.
Yeah, I mean, like I guess I never finished my thought on JJ McCarthy. How he's a gamer, but like he did win a national championship, and whether that was a great team. I'm just saying though, like how to win. Like winning, there is something to be said.
Having a winning pedigree and being around that culture is certainly something.
There is something to be said for that, and it's all I'll leave it at that. But there is something to be said for a guy who knows how to win.
All right. So to wrap it up,
can we talk really quick? I guess. How do we feel about the Packers?
So I was going to say, let's bring it up over to the NFC North as a whole, and you can restructure your wall as see fit.
Yeah. What do you mean as I see fit? I'll do that. Tell me your opinions on the Packers.
So the Packers, unfortunately, looked good. They looked really good. Jared Goff kind of had a similar game to Caleb, where he started, like 8 for 8 or something like that, but they were mostly checkdowns. They couldn't stretch the ball. Jordan Love was crisp, didn't make any mistakes like I thought that he was, just prone to do. And unfortunately, everyone is very high on the Packers. Some saying they're the best team in the NFC. I don't see that, but they showed why they were the clear favorites. When I look at the NFC North, you can kind of like imagine like this Punnett square of thought you were going to be bad, thought you were going to be good, was bad, was good. And basically, the Bears, everyone thought they were going to be bad, and they were bad. The Packers, everyone thought they were going to be good, were good. The Vikings, everyone thought they were going to be bad, were good. Lions, everyone thought they were going to be good, were bad.
Yeah.
So I don't like...
This is the division order. This is how they are.
I don't like that you're just doing the division order.
Why?
I want there to be some subjectivity here. Like, in your heart of hearts, what do you think the okay, you can leave this as what it is. But what is the actual power rankings of the NFC North?
I mean, the Packers are for sure number one.
Packers are for sure number one. Consensus number one.
Detroit had a
Do you think Detroit is consensus number 4?
I'm not doing this.
Okay.
I'm not doing this week. It's week 1.
Okay.
We'll know a lot more after this week.
The Bears play the Lions in Detroit.
Yeah, that's
on a short week.
The other problem is that Detroit just got stomped by Green Bay, and they want nothing more than to beat the living crap out of Ben Johnson and prove everyone that they are as good as they want.
This is the perfect opportunity. Right. This is the perfect opportunity for them to get right, for them to make a statement.
I know. I hope a Detroit podcast doesn't reach out to us because
I think the Lions are probably feeling a little bit motivated by their loss. The Bears, when you have a loss like this, I'm sure there's just so many pointed fingers in the locker room, and I think it kind of like dejects you a little bit more.
Yeah, I know.
Like almost getting your ass kicked is more motivating than losing a game where things just fall apart like this.
They are professionals, though. You'd like to think that they're pros.
Do you have a score prediction to close it out?
I don't think the Bears take this. I think it's going to be.
We both had them as a loss in our preseason.
Okay. So
and I don't think anything has changed.
Yeah.
But the Lions look less good than we thought they were going to be.
I think it's going to be a double-digit loss, 31-17.
Do you want to look up the spread?
Yeah.
31-17?
31-17.
So I'm guessing you're saying the Lions are going to cover whatever that ends up being.
Dude, it's double digits. Yeah, for sure. I just think that the Lions are just going to come out just absolutely firing on all cylinders. The fact if it wasn't at Detroit, I wouldn't be as afraid. But the fact that it is at Detroit, like, they want to come out and show those fans, like, this is not the old Detroit way. Mm-hmm. They want to show that, like, we are still a well-oiled machine. Let's see.
But I guess the question becomes, but are they? I'm going to say it's going to be closer than that. I'm going to say it's going to be within a field goal. I'm going to say 30-27 Lions.
His spread is 6.5 right now.
6.5?
You know what's crazy? The spread moved on the Bears game. When it opened, the Bears are favored by 1.5.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
I never saw that.
Okay.
Are you talking about for the Vikings game?
Mm-hmm.
I always saw Vikings minus 1.5. I don't think it moved ever.
Okay.
What reason would it have to move?
Maybe was it? Maybe it was +1.5. I thought it was. I thought it moved. Maybe you're right.
All right. So that's all I got for this week. It's a bummer. I'm hoping that we're not going to have another season of explaining away bad losses.
Minnesota's playing the Bengals.
Minnesota's playing the Bengals. Where are they playing?
At Bengals. No, they're at home. At home.
The Bengals had a tough time with the Browns.
I know.
I think the Vikings win that game.
Yeah,
it's in Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think the Vikings win that game, and then the Packers play on the day this is being released on Thursday.
Oh yeah,
Thursday night game against Washington. Honestly, so glad one of those teams is going to lose tomorrow.
Me too.
I'm going to watch the fuck up. I'm going to watch the fuck out of that game. Just pardon my language, but I guess we're like 40 minutes into this point.
Yeah. If you're still here, you're a real one, as Johnny would say.
If you're still here, you're a real one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear what your guys' takeaway about. I get the overall vibe of the game. I was obviously very upset when they lost, but if you're going to be realistic, there are some positives. Are there any positives that you can walk away with, or are you already hoping for Caleb's downfall? Especially since we're not going to get into this, but Justin Fields had a pretty good game. We're not getting into it. But please,
Aaron Rodgers had a good game.
Aaron Rodgers they had an all right game.
Luther Burden, my rookie of the year pick, not looking good. 1 catch, -3 yards.
Colson Loveland, same boat. But anyway, if you're still watching, you're a real one. Peace. Bear down.
How long we go?
33.